My Niles and Chaz story. This is my Niles and Chaz story. It's so amazing. So it started off with I Love Evil. You're like, what? The show, Evil, with Katja Herbers and Mike Kohlberg and Steve Mundy. And it's an amazing, iconic show that really puts it all out there and reveals to you how really things go down. So I highly recommend watching it as as a means of education. So it's a beautiful masterpiece of work that has been created, and hopefully, if with your fandom, we can get more seasons in the future. But that's another thing. So Mike Coulter, awesome guy. I've seen some of his work really, and I kind of make the effort to, especially black men and black women, I kind of like, okay, rally behind them, to be like, hey, because there's racism out there. There's people that are not going to want to go see or not want to give attention to someone because they're black. So in order to counterbat that, the numbers, for the numbers, that's what me and my friends talk about. We'll go see a movie. Oh, sometimes we may not necessarily be excited about it, but we'll go see it for the numbers. So, but I love Mike Coulter. Mike Coulter is an amazing human being, and I've seen him in interviews, and he's just someone that I look up to. Sometimes in life you really look for people that you can look up to as a human being, and you're like, Mike Coulter is really up there as someone that I look up to. So I wanted to support, his whole endeavor and what was going on, and I found out about Niles and Chaz. So I found out about Niles and Chaz that he has a product with his daughters, who are the owners of the product, which is a hair care line for mixed children, black and white kids. So I wanted to support, and it was Christmas time, so I wanted to get some. And me and my friend, who happens to be black, we were talking about hair care, and I like keeping educated, particularly about the black community and the black experience. So I was learning about C4, C3, different kinds of hair, different kinds of strands, why this, why that, the history of the products and what they've done to people throughout, the cancer elements within straightening hair, and why black women have to straighten their hair in the first place. It's just a whole, situation that I've educated myself about. So, Flemmy. So I wanted to help Niles and Chaz while at the same time giving my friend an amazing product that would really help her. So I got some, yay, but I put the wrong address. So they ended up going to the place where I lived before. So thank goodness the person actually didn't take the product. They actually sent it back. So it went back to wherever it was supposed to go back to, which the postal service did not know because they didn't know where it was. So then I went in there. I'm like, okay, where is it? They're like, oh, it's in a cubby. What? Yeah, that's a whole other thing. So it was in a cubby. So the package was gone, basically. And I filled out a form, and it's like, hey, my package. And they're like, nope, you don't get your money because your package is somewhere. We just don't know where it is. So I was like, okay. So whatever. So I played. So the Christmas time came, and whatever. I didn't have a gift for my families, for my moms and my friend. But I gave them something else. And then Christmas time came by, and and afterwards, and I thought, you know what? Since I'm not gonna get it, I'm gonna place another order. So I placed another order. You know what I mean? So I placed another order, and then the order came. Oh my gosh, I was so excited. The order came right on time. And then I took a picture, and you can go on Instagram and check it out. And I was so excited. And then the house burned down. Yes. The product was right on the table. I didn't think about running out the door because I thought we were going to come back. That's a whole other video that you can watch. You really, even when the fire is happening, you think to yourself, I'm going to come back. I'm going to get all my stuff. Even after your house is burned down, you think to yourself, there's got to be some Lego underneath it all, right? Right. All this 100 pounds of translucent Lego because I was making the large translucent Lego sculpture in the world. What? Yes. Gone. The point is Niles and Chaz. So, flash forward, I was communicating with them, with another one of the owners, his wife, and I was letting her know the story. And so she finally got the package back. And so they sent it back over, and I got it here, and I was so excited, and I was just so happy about it. Now, of course, because I was able to share it with my friend, but I hadn't seen my friend. I still haven't seen my friend who I lived with. You know what I mean? It's like, so I wasn't able to give her the product. So, but my mom was like dubious about the products. She has her own products, but I got her into it eventually. But you'll find out. So I figured I would try it myself. the Scalp Enchanter. I figured I would try the Scalp Enchanter for myself. I've always suffered from ingrown hairs. I mean, to the point where I'm in the emergency room and I have, a tiny little female doctor going right on my scalp, just oozing everything out. you know, I mean, I get them really bad. I kid you not, maybe once a year, I'm in the emergency room, like trying to have someone just, and I put warm compress, I wash my hair, I do everything that I can, but for some strange, bizarro reason, they surface. Except now. With Scalp Enchanter, I'm sure that it cleans my scalp completely because I don't have anything. I don't have an itchy scalp. I don't have anything. And it's like, of course it feels so clean. It just feels so clean. My scalp feels like it's breathing, like it's alive, like it's free. It's just, and think that that's a lot of times, and this we learned this in Kabbalah. A lot of times when you go into a situation thinking that you're helping somebody else, because I'm thinking to myself, oh no, I want society to be better, so it's like I'm going to help this family out, and because it's makes kids need a product, and all this whole thing and stuff like that. So, and I care, and this is young entrepreneurs, and I was like, oh, they're so cool, they're so cute, these two sisters, they're so awesome, So I was just excited about being a supporter, but I ended up getting a blessing myself. And I kid you not, I mean, it's not just about going to the doctor, it's just about your itching, like a freaking monkey. You're like, and dare I say, my hair is actually stronger because my scalp is actually clean. For the first time in my life, I feel like my scalp is actually clean. And I try everything. I do care. I do think that this basically has to do with the fact that they made this for their children. They sat there and they worked out the chemistry and whatnot, and they actually care. And those things that, like, I remember, like, when you eat, I was like, oh, what's a special recipe? Love. Well, that's what we need. That's what, actual care, where people actually put products that are healthy and good for your scalp. I'm not going to tell you what products are in there. You can read them because they're so tiny, and I don't have my glasses. And even if I did, I don't think I could read them. But I trust them. They advertise it. They put it right on their Instagram, on their page, webpage, and everything. And I'm just 7-minute video about Niles and Chaz. Wow. The Niles and Chaz, a documentary. My single crazy guy. So yeah, and I haven't even talked. Oh my gosh, I haven't even talked about the curl razor. So I'm gonna put on some curl razor right now. I know you're supposed to spray it in your hand, but whatever. I spray it freely because I wanna. So it just adds so much body. Oh, I love it, and I squirt it dry, and I do this thing where I go like this. You know what I mean? Because I like that crazy. And look at that. Look at that. Oh, isn't that hot? Isn't that just hot? It looks like flames. It looks like, and it's just, oh. You know what I mean? Like, I adore it. Oh, I adore it. Look, I can be Goku from, like, Bakugan or whatever. You know what I mean? Ooh. So yeah, I love it. I love this product. This is gonna have to be my longest video because I love Niles and Chaz and communicating with them about their product and what's going on in the future and the shampoos and just giving them ideas and being like, hey, what about this? What about that? So they have an amazing, wonderful team of people that are working behind the scenes, just getting this product out there for you to liberate yourself from an existence of products that have totally damaged your hair and your scalp and hindered the growth of your hair. So do it right now. Get some Niles and Chaz. I want to wish you, of course, always a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful eternity.